one and all, a quick video on the indices and gold, and we'll look at the Euro USD and the dollar yen as well. Note the SSI snapshots and where things are right now. Things are subject to change, and I think perhaps, even though we are risk on at the big picture, we might see some technical play down to the support potentially, and we know what the CPI is going to be like. It's going to be a bit of a hustle, so potentially this scenario, okay, maybe. S&P. So now what happened is that I drew a supply here, and it was pretty decent resistance. And of course, I think there were probably lots of stops up here, weren't there? If you think about it, you know, if you were to short it, your stops would be there. And you know, I sold it, and it came up to take me out there, but it's fine. It was a manageable loss. But what was quite annoying is that I didn't look at the big picture, and that big picture is that we are risk on. We have to go to the dashboard, and that metric there, that tells us what we need to know, is that there's 17 people trying to short versus the one person buying. So the big sentimental view is that we are risk on. So it was a bit silly me ignoring that, and also the 24-hour change had confirmed the big picture as well. But I was looking at a technical view of selling this, and so I got stopped out, and it was quite it was fairly nasty, that move, but you know why. It's probably there were stops there, and also we were a buy at the big picture. And now what's happened here is that they sold here, so it momentarily got paid. So that could have been like a little trap there, and of course we broke the supply. So now what happened now, I think what might happen is that we have a retest. That's fine. So we might come down bounce. So while it looks like it's going to fall, it might just want to come and test that. So this is what I think might happen, and it's going to be quite annoying, quite frustrating. And if we do fall, then that will be very annoying, because it wouldn't have meant that I had encountered that loss, but that's fine. So that's what I think might happen. And if they go long, then we're going to get a risky sell, which would then, you know, confirm that idea. US 30, probably, possibly, you know, we're probably going to make a sell here. It looks like we mightn't we? And tested this, and we can draw another box. This is a technical zone, and we can see where they shorted it was here. So we shouldn't see price. We can maybe color that differently. So this is the retail punishment zone. This is where they sold it, and this is a technical supply, which obviously the sentiment overlooked that. So this would be a level where it should hold, because if we break below, it will tell us that they get paid. Okay, so hopefully that's clear. Technical, sentimental zones. All right, and DAX, well, it's just a beast, so be incredibly careful. Every time it falls, the retail guys are very adamant and shorting it, and they've done it multiple times. We can zoom out. And where did we actually make a buy? That move, it's absolutely ridiculous. Here, back down here. So that's, wow, 12,401. We're at 15,000. So that's where we made the buy. Okay. And you know, this will inevitably crack that diagonal, but the retail guys are very adamant and shorting. We are very extreme, so be careful. Be really careful with this. Yeah, it's difficult to say. And this one I'm going to be watching later, because I'm really interested in its development. I've never seen anything so sideways before. Like I said yesterday, we probably should come up, because we need to punish these guys. There's you know, there's loads of bears in this market. So if we come up, at least it'll scare them out, and then they'll get stopped out, and then we might fall. There is a stop loss cluster at 1919, but today's Patreon video will talk about the stop loss clusters, so we can see where the targets are. Euro sideways, and that's that. There's the buy, and they held on since. Quite a bad drawdown. That's quite a lot of drawdown, so that's typical of the retail guys. Dollar yen, now we had the big move from that statement from BOJ. I stayed up late last night and I was watching that, and it has chopped quite a bit, and that's that. So we made a sell here, funny enough, which we can draw a sentimental zone. Where are we? Which one do we mark? Is it this one? Here it is. Yeah, round about here. We'll mark this one. And that's where they've gone long there. So we shouldn't see price go above 132.67. If we do, then they'll get paid. So quite a good idea to get a copy of this trading station. It's really good, very powerful. In fact, it's so powerful, it overlooked the technicals, and that caught me out. So I need to remember to look at the sentiment. So do check your risk calculation. And this is important as well. This is a snapshot where we are right now. This is confirmation of where we are right now. 17 people trying to short indices. So we might get to -20, but we don't really ever go beyond -20 because, you know, otherwise the bears just get eliminated, and then we do see the reversal. So we're coming up to that extreme area now. So be careful. I'll speak to you guys later today, but remember I'm off tomorrow, so do remember that. You can contact me if you need me, but I'll try and be completely off the radar tomorrow because I need a break, and I'm going to go and see my brother as well. So trade carefully. Got CPI, and I'm going to do the Patreon video now, and we'll see where those liquidity targets are.